Nice one.
Oh, got it.
Oh, yeah, this is a big fish. There she goes. She's.
That's awesome.
Guys,
Yeah.
this is why we do this. Hey guys, welcome to Eagle Lake. This place is definitely a place where people come to catch that once in a lifetime muskie. They come here to just check it off the bucket list, and this place can make a hero out of anybody, but it can also make a zero out of anybody. It's so hard to fish at times. I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I've caught some of my greatest fish out on this lake, and I've also had some of the greatest heartbreaks on nice fish. But today, this story isn't about me. It isn't really about 54 Bust. It's about a family who's been coming up to Eagle Lake for like 37 years. Ed's dad has been coming here for a long time, and Ed started coming with them and without him. And then Ed brought his son Matthew up here, and like 5-6 years ago, just before COVID, they started getting into musky fishing. And Matthew had caught a couple nice ones, but the goal of this trip was to try and spend time with his dad, with his granddad, and hopefully catch a big fish. And that's really what today's about. It's about just getting out there and putting a father and a son on a fish and being part of that joy and that happiness and that memory. Let's go check out that fish that Matthew caught. He was wearing an orange jacket. Oh, that's a nice one. Can you bring him this way? Nope. There's a lucky skunk.
Again.
Just keep steady tension. Reel him a bit. Take your time. When he turns, I want you to start pulling him, and then lift your rod up and pull him for the net.
Man,
Woo! Okay, hold that so I can get my camera.
oh my God! Nice.
Hey guys,
Woo!
I'm on Eagle Lake with my buddy Ed, his son Matt. Matt's got a real one in the net here, guys. Like, this is a legit nice frickin' fish.
Yeah.
We're on world famous Eagle Lake, and as Eagle Lake goes, you gotta work. You gotta work a lot for these fish. We've been working, guys.
Yeah, it's been 8 hours at least.
Yeah, we raised a tank not that long ago, like a 50 class fish. I don't think this is 50. It's a really nice fish. It's probably gonna be Matthew's PB.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
100%.
Okay, so I'm gonna hand the camera off to Ed. I'm gonna take this out of the net because Matt's not super comfortable taking a big fish out. I'll put it on the bump board. I'll show Matt how to grab it. So we're doing this all safe. And then we'll get it up and we'll get a couple pictures, and then I'll probably grab it from Matt to release it just so we don't have any accidents. So if it looks like we're overhandling, we're not. We're trying to be super cautious. Okay, where's the bump board? Right there. It's left-handed.
Yep.
This is a frickin' nice fish. This might be 50. Oh, yes, is a big fish.
That's nice.
Okay, somebody watch the net.
Got
there.
the net.
This is a big fish.
47.5. Yeah.
47.5. You want to grab her with the left hand?
Yeah.
So put your fingers right in there with me. Right it. Nope, right up there. Pinch super, super tight when you grab her. Hang on under there and do not drop her. Okay, spin around. Kneel down. Do you want to get in there too, Ed?
Sure.
Here, I'll take the net. All right, guys, right there. That's why we do what we do. That's a 4-footer. That's an Eagle Lake 4-footer. She's just shy of 48. Look at the melon on her.
Yeah.
She's built like a brick shithouse. All right, let's get her back. She's starting to stress. I'll hand the camera off to Ed again.
Got it.
I got her. Easy, girl. Okay. Matthew, you want to come and grab her tail here? Just hold her tail, don't let her go. Okay, can you reach her belly with your other hand? And just nose her belly up. Just take her face just out of the water towards the camera if you can. How's that feel, Matt?
Awesome.
Is that
a hog?
That's a PB right there, buddy.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's see if she's got the strength to go.
And let her go?
She feel like she's loosening up?
No.
She's not. Does she still feel tense?
Yeah, she's still. She's trying to move her tail a little bit.
Okay, just tap her belly a bit. Now slowly push her forward. There she goes. She's good. She got her equilibrium.
Nice fish, Matthew. That's awesome.
Guys,
Yeah.
this is why we do this. This is why we, pardon my language, this is why we slave and pound all day to the point of sore back, sore knees, sore hands,
Sore shoulders.
sore shoulders. That thing come up, hit on boat side. That took you for a ride.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, you got your 5 coupons worth on that carnival ride. Hey everybody, welcome back to the cave. Another really cool experience that I got to share with some friends. And I just want to say thanks to Ed and Matt for having me out there creating such a cool memory. I just love that kind of stuff. And before we do our breakdown, I just want to say thank you to Ed. He brought up some bucktails and give me one that he calls kind of that silver jailbird. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate everybody that does stuff like that for us. It means the world to us. And not to stop there, he got one for my daughter in kind of the black and green. That's the one Kenzie likes to use. And then he also got one in a purple silver chartreuse that Katie likes to use. So again, Ed, thank you so much for like those little gifts. It does truly mean a lot to us that you guys are watching. You see what we use. You know what we like. So it's really cool, guys. I really, really can't say how much that we truly appreciate that. Today's breakdown's pretty simple. We actually grinded hard all day for this fish. We raised a few fish. We had some chances at a couple fish. But as we were heading in, I'm like, we got time for a couple more spots. I wanted to hit this main lake reef. And as you guys can see, 25 feet, 35 feet, 30 feet, deep water all around this main lake reef. This black circle here represents basically breaking the surface or almost at the surface. And we have like a 3 to 5 foot shelf. I just marked it as 3 for, sake of simplicity here and clarity. But a lot of rocks. And kind of the main thing here is this side is deep, deep, deep water. That's the north facing that way. And on this particular day, even though late in the day we didn't have a lot of wind, but the wind this day was kind of pushing from the northwest and pushing across. So I would expect these fish to be set up in two spots, one of two spots. They're either going to be set up right on this front side where the wind's been pushing bait in all day, or they're going to be set up on the bottom side, slightly out of whatever that wind push was, and just in a little bit calmer water and waiting for, you know, something that might come by. So as we worked around this, I didn't include it in the video, but I told the guys, be careful casting on the right-hand side of the jug that's marking the hittable portion, because that shelf runs out quite a ways. This fish come in late. Fish rolled underneath the boat and actually come out, hit Matthew from underneath. We were sitting in 12 to 16 feet of water. I don't remember exactly, but we were sitting well off of it, and we were casting up, trying to hit that 6 foot mark. I don't like to cast right on the top of this kind of stuff because it's really easy to get snagged up, and then you can be in trouble trying to get your lure out of there, especially when it's like a 3 to 5 foot deep hump with big boulders. You don't know where you're going to be on it. But in this case, I believe we pulled that fish sitting off the backside of this main lake kind of piece of structure. And again, they're either going to sit on the front side against the wind, or they're going to just be on that leeward side, just slightly out of the wind. And that's where we found this fish, basically just sitting right in that leeward side, sitting out of wind. So you guys, when you're coming up to Canada, look for your prevailing winds, and then set yourself up so that you can cast across structure or up to structure and pull your baits the direction of the wind traveling that day, or the wind push, or the lake current. Lake current doesn't really affect this because it's just a big open water piece of structure. So again, I was trying to go with where the wind, instead of pulling the boat on this side and casting and pulling against the wind, we're casting up and pulling our baits with the wind. We scored a beautiful fish. Congrats to Matt on a new PB, and hopefully next year if he comes up, we can one-up that one. Okay guys, we're probably going to wrap up on that note because it's going to be diminishing returns, I think, at this point. We may hit one more spot on the way out, but I got an episode for you guys right here. So for now, I'm going to say 54 Bus is out of here. We'll catch you guys out on the water later.
Wow.
Hey Matt, what's a trip to Canada mean to you?
The world.
Yeah.
I mean, that was once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Hands down. I'm gonna come up here for damn near 5 years. Just started musky fishing 5 years ago. Got my personal best today. Can't beat that.